Their start, they could have mailed it in, but they had too much talent, too good a coaching staff. They are now playing their best brand of lacrosse.
Will Lynch and Jake Naso, that's going to be a battle at that face-off dot. Initial face-off won by Naso and possession to Duke.
He's able to feed first, and then guess what? That opens up his ability to dodge and put the ball in the back of the net on the individual efforts as well.
And Kavanaugh with his 36 assists on the year, just 2 shy of his own single-season record that he set last year. Naso originally got the possession, lost it. Will Frizzoli picks it up for Duke, though.
I think he struggles when he starts to stretch it a little bit more, but when he's at mid to close range, not many people do it better.
Yeah, you saw Quinn McCann, number 15 for Notre Dame, who's, a starting midfielder, but he's a two-way player for them. He plays on the wing on the face-off. Coach Corrigan this week said, yeah, obviously Jake Taylor, inserting him in that crease attack role has been huge for them, but also putting McCann back in that first-line midfield has given them a different dynamic, and it showed on that play. Now we got a big hit in the midfield. Both flags come out. Delayed call against Notre Dame, and O'Neal buries the shot, though. Wow.
And we're going to see here a scrum at the face-off. Naso on the ground, gets a pass and gets hit late. And then Duke again pushes in transition. Cohen steps up from O'Neal. Probably not the person you want to leave on the near side. But I think, there's going to be a flag here on Notre Dame. The bigger question is, Naso is going back out. He looked banged up after that hit, but he is going back out there for the draw. But something to keep our eye on.
It is a flag after the play.
It wasn't
a personal foul.
It wasn't a dead ball. It wasn't
one hit. 1 minute rather on the high hit was the call.
Correct. To the top portion of the cage.
Violation against the Irish on the face-off.
Appropriate people and made some strategic changes from a personnel perspective. Coach Corrigan has conducted this season masterfully after a tough start.
Loose ball in the middle of the field, going to be picked up by the Irish. Jake Boyer. Another reason for this resurgence for this Notre Dame team is he's finally healthy.
Early releases, teams are scrambling on the defensive end, and if you make a couple good dodges and a couple quick passes, more often than not, you're going to find an opportunity on the inside, and Muley buries that one in the back of the cage.
Rarity at the face-off X nowadays with the new rules, but a shortened stalemate won by Naso.
Doesn't have to be particularly accurate, but if you can get it out of your stick quickly as the goalie's rotating, very tough. Duke
continue to have issues, don't they, clearing the ball.
Out in cage for Notre Dame.
2 of them by this guy, Dyson Williams.
This is a story right here. Naso controlling the clamp for most of this game, and Duke now has a 7-3 advantage at the face-off X.
Yeah, we told you that would be huge at the start of this game, and it has been. Robert
being a top 5 recruit, and he's proving why.
This time Lynch gets the better of Naso. He's performed so much better in this 5-game winning streak.
The interior kind of make adjustments on these short stick defensive matchups.
Irish are up 4-2 in this game, had all the momentum. Duke has scored 5 in a row. Lynch will track this one down. Can he get a hand on it? Finally gets possession, but Naso levels him. Now we're going to get a flag on that play. Harris is just harassed as he's trying to run to daylight. Will he take a shot? He will, and score! That lights up the Irish bench.
That is a juice goal right there. Just individual effort after individual effort. Starts with Lynch in the face-off X. battling for the ground ball. Flings it to the middle of the field. Now we're off to the races. The low angle shot. You can hear the crowd and the energy. Harris. What a play.
Naso wins it back to himself.
Portion of the cage is where Notre Dame should be attacking. Mr. Momentum is on the side of the Fighting Irish.
Going back and forth here this first half.
And that was very similar in the first matchup, in which Notre Dame won by 1 goal. Back and forth, bunch of swings. And now a penalty coming on Duke. It's going to be a third violation on Naso.
Scored 22 goals in those 5 and almost a half games since being inserted in that game against Syracuse.
End of the game, the senior making an impact in their biggest game of the season.
Duke back on top by a goal. Naso pops it out to himself. Now to Adler.
It's too talented when they play that type of lacrosse to keep him out of the back of the cage.
And Naso continues to get the better of Lynch, but he loses his footing here. Now we get a flag. Oh, and another big hit late.
It's 43rd of the season.
Procedure call this time against Lynch.
Senior at the end of the first half. I think most people were thinking there's shooting, there's no time left, but he knew we get the ball back, and the direct result of that was the 12th goal of the afternoon for the Blue Devils.
Lynch gets possession.
Does the game come to him than when he tries to force the issue at times?
Now the Irish have got to level things out a little bit at the face-off X. That'll help. Lynch wins it to himself.
The biggest physical presence in the game of college lacrosse is that man right there, Brendan O'Neill, number 34 for Duke.
Lynch now. Will he look to attack? Kavanaugh does it.
Cage, the sophomore, gets his 6th goal of the season.
Lynch has won a couple in a row here. Naso comes out of there with it, but can't hang on. He gets shoved to the ground, no call. Every loose ball absolutely critical right now for this Notre Dame team as Naso gets leveled. Clean hit. Jose Boyer comes out of there with it. Still has it. Gets it to Chris Kavanaugh. 4 face-offs in a row for the Irish in this third quarter. Make it 5. Lynch will shoot. Adler is there to deny him. That would have torn the roof off.
4 with a minute and a half left here in the third quarter.
Nakai surely will be a 3-time All-American when all is said and done at the end of this year. He'll be looking forward to the PLL draft on Tuesday night. But first things first, got to lead his Blue Devils to the NCAA tournament. Again, Lynch with the win.
He's found something here in the second half. Notre Dame now has won 6 straight face-offs in the second half.
Make it 7. Hallenbeck comes out of there with it. Under a minute to play in this third quarter. Well, the committee say, yeah, all things being equal, Ohio State beat you guys, so it's going to be tough for Notre Dame. But first things first, got to win possessions in this game, which they don't do to start the fourth quarter, and got to find a way to erase this 3-goal deficit.
A nice job by Kavanaugh there. Looked to see if they had someone on the offensive end so he could go over the midfield line and get possession.
Now here's his brother. Takes a hit from Caputo. Initially kept his feet, but now he'll draw the flag. along with Wilson Stevenson. Lynch, so much stronger here in the second half.
I think it's 8 of 9, and the one they lost, they actually caused a turnover and maintained possession too, so that's not this face-off.
Biggest face-off of the year for Notre Dame right here, at least to this point. Naso wins it back to himself. To Adler, high, and he can't corral it, which means
if I'm him, I just throw it down the field at this point. Oh.
Battling for Kavanaugh to get possession. Now we get another call here, and this one's going to go against Notre Dame. Adler. Second half will do that for you. So Will Lynch has been phenomenal, and you saw the Irish resume, and Coach Corrigan knows it. Got to win this game. Now they're right back in it.
Another possession here for the Irish.
Become much more complete this year, but that was the hammer in the nail situation right there. 5-0 run for the Fighting Irish. They've retaken the lead, and Lynch has been great at the face-off X, but a violation there gives possession to Duke.
His third goal of the game. We now have a 2-goal Notre Dame lead.
Naso got the better of Lynch that time. Here comes the pressure, though, and Kavanaugh dislodged it. What a beautiful job that time by Chris Kavanaugh. After possession was gained by Naso, he released from the restraining box and caused a turnover.
One team playing like if they lose, they have a 0% chance to get into the field for the NCAA tournament. The other not